Oh my God, Julio's not here. It's just
us. Happened? Are we live?
Yep.
All right. We're live, baby.
Who's doing this
today?
Chris, do the thing.
Julio.
Do the thing, Chris.
Julio, he missed his glorious Campapi score. Oh boy, what a episode to miss, huh, guys?
It's not even his birthday. Happy birthday, Chris.
Thank you. So, yeah, guys, we don't have Julio today, so I'm gonna do my best impersonation of Julio for this opening remarks. So, welcome to the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all Inter Miami news, insights, and just regular fan talk. Just want to give a shout out to all of our chief Heron Heads, Matias, Abba, Abu. What else am I missing?
Marivi.
The scroller is in there, Marivi.
The scroller.
And all of our other Heron Heads, we appreciate the support. If anyone's interested in joining our Patreon, just click on the link below. We also have some other links to
our
store. Oh, and Chow. Sorry about that, Chow. We have our links to our store down there, our Twitter, Instagram, everything's down there. So if you guys are interested, just go check it out. So enough of that stuff. Let's talk about what a boring match that was until the last, 5 minutes?
It's a 96
Campana comes in.
96
Bobby comes in for Rojas and immediately scores. I mean, come on now. So let's go. Let's do a little round table. What did you guys?
First impression, Jose's right here. He looks like he's like 8 feet tall, but I don't know why he's so much bigger than me right now. But that's my first impression.
What's up, guys? First impression for me is Drake Callender. He's a turnover machine, but he makes incredible stops at the goal. Incredible stops at the goal. We can count on him to make the goal that's necessary, but we cannot count on him to just kick it to our teammates. It's not going to happen. Very, very horrible game all throughout the match. It was just very unfun, but I actually had a great time watching us. Towards the end, it seemed like we were just getting going, and it was just inevitable. It felt like we were going to score.
But you can't just mute him in the middle of the thing. Come on. It's okay. Babies cry.
So my first impression was, I agree. You see Callender. I mean, it really came out when Callender made a pass to the side, and there was no defender in sight, and he still managed to kick the ball out of bounds. And you're like, wow, if he can't hit a wide open player, then nothing matters. But first impression here is Campana. Like, how can you not mention Campana as your first impression? We looked lifeless throughout the match. We had very few opportunities to score. I think Kramaski had one outrageously good opportunity to score, and he kicked it right at the goalkeeper. You really want to see that ball hit the back of the net there. But Campana, with very, very, very limited minutes, making the amazing play on the game. Like, without Campana there, like, they kind of put him in there like it's a throwaway. It's a throwaway, and they just put him in there for the last couple minutes, and he nails it, and thank God. But look at that. That's two straight clean sheets for this defense. And also, for all the people who were saying no Messi, no party for the last match, Messi played all game. And honestly, even with Messi in there,
by the way, bad rating, match rating. He had a 6.6 match rating. He's never had a match rating that low. I'm not sure if that's true, but I think so.
For today's episode, we'll just say it is.
But you know what? We'll take the result. We take the result. We take the win. We take the 3 points. It's a bad group. I mean, it's a bad team that we played against. So you feel like that's another team that you should pull away and not only get the 3 points, but get that goal differential up for when Messi is out for Copa America. But we take those 3 points. We take those 3 points. All right, Chris, what are your first impressions? I'm sorry. We have me and Jose here, runaway train. What are your first impressions?
I know this is going to be very difficult with you two together there in the same room. Oh, boy. No, I mean, I have to agree with you guys. As soon as As soon as Campana got it subbed in for Rojas in extra time there, my wife was sitting right next to me. I go, oh no, why are they taking out Rojas for Campana? That's a horrible idea. And then like a minute later, he scores, and I just started screaming, Campana, Campana. But yeah, it was a horrible match all the way through. I mean, there's nothing, there's no buildup, there's no creativity. It just seemed like they're stagnant. Give it up to the defense. We keep saying it over and over again on this show that the defense is not as bad as everyone makes it seem, and they're proving it the last two matches, two clean sheets, no bad mistakes. There hasn't been any bad mistakes from our backline like we were seeing before. So I mean, that in itself is a major upgrade. It's a shame to not see Messi be Messi today. We needed other people to step up, and no one really stepped up all match until Campana did at the end of the match. But yeah, he had a few decent plays, a few nice chances. Those free kicks were pretty crappy, to tell you the truth. Went straight into the wall, the two free kicks he had, so that wasn't great. And he was upset about it too. You could just tell his demeanor after. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got the 3 points, because when I saw it was hitting the 90-minute mark, I saw that Cincinnati had just won, and they were going to supplant us in the number 1 spot. But it didn't happen. We got the 3 points, and we move forward. We take it, and we go on to next week.
Yeah, Sans says that Campana took advantage of United being focused on Messi and Suarez the entire game. The thing is, they're focused on Messi and Suarez the whole game. Why does it have to wait till the 96th minute for another player to take advantage of that? We have plenty of players on this team that are capable. We've seen Rojas do it in the past. We've even seen Kremaski, who, by the way, another match where Kremaski starts.
Terrible game.
And it's just a disaster. Like we've said it, him coming off the bench is so magical, and he brings so much energy off the bench. Like what is Tata doing continuing to have Kremaski come off the bench? It doesn't provide us what we need as a team. Like even Ruiz today wasn't great off the bench, but Ruiz, I think, as a starter can provide more for this team. And then when you have Kremaski coming in off the bench, it makes the world of a difference against tired legs. Kremaski's tenacity and just pure speed, and then like he plays reckless, like that's fine off the bench. But when you have that from the get-go, I feel like he has to kind of like mediate himself and make sure that he has enough energy to go throughout the game. Just let that wild horse run. Let him come off the bench, and I think that's the best way to use him. That being said, I know that Tata was asked in the press conference. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. They asked him when if Federico would be coming back within days or within weeks, and he said days. Granted, days could be 21 days, and that's the same thing as 3 weeks, but we got to take it at face value. And if we can get Redondo back, that's going to make the world of a difference. We haven't really seen Redondo play with Messi, and how much would it stink if Redondo comes back and then Messi's gone for Copa America? So hopefully we can at least get them for a couple matches together.
And not only that, when you consider he had a 6.4 SOFA score rating for Kremaski, that's typically he's hovering around the 7.4. You know that when he's a super sub, I feel like this is just not his role. You know, it's just not his role to have him starting. It's just when you think about him being a super sub, he's coming in, everybody's tired already. Maybe he just outruns everybody, he outpaces, just constantly in the right place at the right time. I feel like for the most part he tries to be, but I don't know. He just doesn't mesh well when the ones are running. You know, it's bad game for him.
Yeah, and like David said earlier, that miss, man. If he wants starter minutes, he wants to be up there with the big dogs. You have to make that play. That can't go straight to the goalie there.
We need a Scary Larry
get around. Scary Larry. Something, nutmeg him, I don't know, something, but it just went poop right into the chest. And then
anything, you got to make the goalkeeper work. Like if it's a one-on-one, even, and the thing, it wasn't even a one-on-one. We had numbers there, and he did the one thing that caused the goalkeeper no stress. Put it on a corner, try to put it over the top, pass it into the box. He had all the options and did the one option. It's easy. He hit it right at the goalkeeper's chest. It's the easiest option for the goalkeeper. And
We hit his face.
and the thing is, we had so few opportunities, and that one was gifted to us. How many times do we gift an opportunity to the other team and they make us pay for it?
When do we
Like
get
when we
gifts?
get one of those, we have to convert, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, and I expect him to make it, man. We've spoken up. We love him here. We're not talking bad about him. We're not hating him. It's
No,
just
we love.
you
Like I
got
said,
we
we've
love
always
we love
called him our
Benteke,
star
but
boy. He's our star
yeah,
boy. We're a local kid. We're super happy when he comes off the bench. He is lightning in a bottle, and we absolutely love that. But we've seen it now. What is this? 4 matches, 3 matches in a row where he
mhm,
starts and he doesn't have that same spark. He doesn't.
no.
Tony Filler, he wrote, Crema had a good game, guys. Come on. The thing is that all the match ratings suggest different, Tony. He not only that, but it's just we're not just basing it on that one shot. What other play can you mention that he actually had a good game? Like that, what makes you say he had a good game? Because and write in the comments, we're open to hearing what you have to say. It just, man, it looked like it was one of his worst games that he's been here.
Yeah, it wasn't a great
And that's
showing
saying a
for
lot.
him.
He's usually a good player. He usually does very well for us. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
Gressel was bad. I hear you.
He had that one good
He
tackle.
He did
always
have that
does. He
on
has
the
that
right, left on the right back.
That's Gressel's specialty, is doing one thing. It's like, oh,
one
but
thing.
but remember that one time that he did a really good thing in that game? That's his saving grace. He never has a completely like fracaso of a game. He always has one thing that you were like, oh, but he had that really good cross. Oh, but he had that really good tackle.
It was a good tackle.
Yeah, it was
a good
nice. It
tackle.
was nice. Gotta give it to him. He was playing on the left side today. I don't know if you guys noticed that a
He was
lot.
all over the place.
He-
At
he
one point,
was-
he was playing
man.
right back. Like he was covering for Cello at one point.
He was a marauder.
Yeah.
No position.
So I guess let's kind of go through a little bit. I just took some notes along, and
Chris's
the first thing that came up is obviously the delay game. There's lightning. The weather was so bad, so bad. I don't know if you guys, I mean, whoever watched it, it was obvious how bad it was. It looked like there was a tsunami out there. At about like the 15th minute, 20th minute, it was just coming down. Like they were soaked. Everyone looked like wet dogs out there. That doesn't help. The pitch was ugly. There's puddles all over the place, and the play, just everyone's play, both Miami and DC, just got sloppy. There was just a lot of fouls going on, just weird plays. That it just got ugly, very sloppy at some point. I didn't even know what was going on towards the middle of that first half. But yeah, soon after that, Benteke got his yellow card. First, they showed it was I forgot who the original showing was for the yellow card, but it was actually Benteke. And on a penalty on Suarez. So that brought up Messi's first penalty kick that, again, like we said, it just hits the wall and nothing happens after that. And then, yeah, after that, just more ugly playing. Jordi Alba, I don't know if you saw Jordi Alba. He got that injury. It was super fake. At first, I thought he broke his leg from the way that he was reacting.
I told
I was like,
told
oh,
Jose.
wow.
I told Jose, I'm like, he's fine. It's like he was down, and I feel like when you're down and you had all these injury issues and you're not really hurt, you have to kind of sell it. So yeah, he limped around for a while, but I had a feeling that he was fine because I mean, he got kicked in the back of the calf, but that's not where he had gotten injured previously. So I'm like, he's got to be fine. He's got to be fine.
He took out his shin guard, he threw it, and he was
He was messing
like,
around with his shin
what?
guard. I'm like, what is your shin guard bothering you? I mean, yeah, move it around. That's fine. But I wanna mention here. I saw a few comments. One person was saying that Rojas was a ghost, and Julio, as you can see, I brought it up here. It says Julio Rojas, good or bad. I didn't notice Rojas until he got his yellow card, which is outrageous. And I'm like, to the point where we're wondering if Rojas, because we didn't get to see the starting lineup by the time we got to the game, and we were wondering, is Rojas playing? And again, then I'm like, oh, yep, he's definitely playing. There he is with the yellow card. And yeah, I didn't see Rojas do anything until later in the game where I started noticing some really bad passes. And I guess this is the bad Rojas that we were warned of when we signed him from the fans of Corinthians.
Wow.
But I'm not gonna say that Rojas is a bad player yet. I'm still saying he's a good player from what we've seen him in this club. I've seen him do things that are outrageous, so I know that the potential's there and the skill is there. Maybe, yeah, Tony, I agree. I think as a midfielder, that's where we've seen him shine. So as a winger, haven't really seen him do anything there. So that maybe that's the issue there, and that's why you see an Angel Di Maria keep popping up in people's comments because Robert Taylor doesn't really bring it night to night. So if we can get consistency at that spot, maybe that's what we need. And Rojas can provide something like you never want to start speculating on who's the Messi replacement in Copa America. But honestly, like skill set wise, remember how we used to say that Facundo Farias would kind of bring that a little bit? At right now, what we have on this squad, it's going to be Rojas. Rojas is the person who's going to assume that type of role. Obviously not bringing the same thing that Messi brings, but he'll bring a little bit of the same.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, and just a quick rundown on some Rojas numbers. He had 0.04 xG, 0.04 expected assist xG. He had good accuracy with passing, 86%. But what I thought popped off for me was he had 11 possessions lost. That's crazy. He's not even in the midfield. He's our left wing. Did you feel like he had the ball a lot?
Like I said, I didn't notice him until he had the yellow card or he was turning the ball over.
He turned the ball over 11 times.
That's an alarming number. I didn't expect that. I was expecting 5, 4, but 11's an alarming number. I didn't expect that at all.
Especially for a player who you felt like didn't really contribute at all. Like Messi touches the ball a lot. So if he would have a high number of turnovers, you kind of expected a little bit, but just because of the sheer amount of possessions that he has. But I felt like Rojas didn't really possess the ball a ton in this one. So for 11 turnovers, for not a noticeable amount of possession, that's not great. Let's chalk it up to a bad game, hopefully, and that's all it is. Where's Julio? Right, it's just 3 knuckleheads and me and Jose somehow in the same room. I agree, Henry. This is a little weird, but you know what? This is a game where Campana scored a goal at the death, and sometimes you need a little weird to get through the day. So that's what we got today.
And Julio's not here to celebrate his boy.
Yeah, Henry. Julio is in the comments, so
he's here.
He's here in spirit, exactly.
That's right. So yeah, I mean, let's just keep going down. The first half was dead. Nothing really happened. That's where Benja missed that wide open shot that we spoke about. I don't really want to go too much more into that. We already beat a dead horse. We kicked him while he was down already. So we don't need to speak too much more about that. But it sucked. Second half started. I think Rojas, I made a note here. Oh, sorry. Before Rojas, Stroud had a huge chance at the 52nd minute. He missed wide to the left, completely wide to the left. I thought for sure, I said it. I was like, oh, they're gonna score. They're gonna score, and he missed it. Thank God. Then that's when Rojas, I specifically noted this one. Rojas finally takes a shot at 53 minutes because the team needs some life. That was my exact.
Who were you talking about just now?
Stroud for DC.
Who's that?
Apparently, there's a player named Stroud on DC, and he was playing wide.
Okay. Yeah. No, he shot wide. He missed it wide.
Oh, sorry. He shot wide.
Yeah, he missed it wide. So yeah, then I specifically wrote Rojas finally takes a shot at the 53rd minute. Team needs life, because that was the first little bit of life that I saw from this team. I immediately checked the stats because again, my wife was right next to me. I go, these people haven't shot the ball at all. They probably have 4 shots. When I go check, they have 5 shots, 2 on target. And that was the second one on target. So there was no life on this team today. There was no life, and we saw it. And then after that, the sub started. We got the first early sub, and Benja came out for Rob Taylor, Jose's Bufang at the 56th minute. Yeah. Anything you want to say about him? Did you notice him? I thought he did okay in the sub.
I didn't think he did terrible as a sub. I like him as a sub. That means he didn't start. So that's a good thing. But I didn't think he did a terrible thing. I thought he tried to push the ball up the pitch a lot. I didn't think he had a lot of opportunity, to be honest. There was a time when he had the ball and he was super open on the left wing. Remember, Dave, that we were talking about, like, oh, this could be a shot. That he was just slowly just going up, slowly up the pitch, and I was like, oh, if this is gonna be the goal, I'm gonna have to just do this show naked like Campana, you know. This Campana guy just takes off his shirt. I mean, you didn't notice, Chris? Come on.
Oh man, Campana took his shirt off.
I'm saying thank God you didn't go naked. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm thankful that he didn't go naked. Like, I'm the one that's actually right here. But yeah, Campana took his shirt off today, and I was just like, I looked at my wife, and I was like,
Don't say what you actually said.
Not me.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, the subs. I don't know what else to say. You guys are there drinking wine, talking about Campana.
Wait, but we never.
Oh yeah, we wanted to talk.
We never talked about Cello.
We want to talk about Cello here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, Cello for me, very impressive today. It's like, well, you said what did you call him today? You gave him a nickname today.
Oh, I called him a bull out there.
It's fact. This guy's a bull on defense. He is a bull. He does not let anyone go get around him. He's obviously it's going to happen in the next match. He's obviously going to get roasted. But up to now, he's very good on defense. He does not let people get around him like yelling off. It felt like he was just in just just letting bulls just run around them. No, this guy was an actual bull, and no one is getting around him, and it's fun to watch. It's very fun to watch. He's an actual back, and it's great. Now on offense, I don't know if we are hoping that he's not Alba. He's not Alba on offense. It's okay, but it's okay. He does at least one thing great, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mentioned it when we had Yedlin at that position. We had a player who thought he was very good offensively.
Great SOFA score rating, 7.7 by the way.
Yeah,
excellent.
But when we had Yedlin, it's a player who we knew was okay at defense, and he thought he was more than what he was on offense. In Cello, we have a player who's very sound defensively, so we know we have that. And we don't expect much from him on offense. And this one, he had the ball by himself on the wing, and he just kind of like deked it to himself a few times, and then that was the end of the possession. But I kind of already knew that was going to happen. With Yedlin, he would make these runs, which are good runs, but you knew that nothing was going to come of it. But he was super out of position all the time. And the one thing I will mention with Cello is Yedlin got exposed in that Houston match against elite speed. We haven't really seen Cello be tried with outrageous pace yet. So I will say that let's not like deem him the best right back in our history until we've seen him go and how he does against a really good speedster. Yes, and it's true. This team
doghouse
put Benteke in the Mukhtar doghouse, like Jose likes to say, but Benteke did talk himself into a yellow card. So that's like one thing that you have to always remember.
Because he was frustrated. Benteke was frustrated because Cello had him in the doghouse. He couldn't get out of it. He was like, what's happening? I'm trying to get out of it. No, Cello put him back in. Every time he talked, get back in the doghouse. That's it. It sucked.
Schaffelberg is fake fast.
What was Benteke's SOFA score? Oh, wow. 6.6. Sucked. I don't know what to tell you. Figure it out. Look for a new guy. DC United. He's your big dog. Get another one. This guy sucks.
Bro, Benteke was towering over everyone, and Cello would still beat him out in he was
in the set pieces. In the set piece, I've never seen this mismatch in my life. They're putting Cello, this bull, up against Benteke, which is towering over him at 6'7". I don't know if he's 6'7". He looks 6'7", and all of a sudden he boxed him out. He boxed him out like he's Charles Barkley, just boxing out Wembanyama. It doesn't matter. Get out of my space. He took the ball out and he headed it the other way. This guy knows what he's doing. I like it.
There you go.
There it is. Benteke and Cello height difference is like David and Jose. Facts. Look at this. There's a foot apart in these two.
Jose's not even that much taller than me. It's just this damn couch.
I don't know. I think you're in the middle of the couch and I'm in the top part.
Jose just towers over me, apparently.
So let's talk about the subs a little bit, because there were a few subs there, and just we already said Benhan Taylor, but then actually this was a fourth sub. Freire got hurt. That was ugly. Oh, speaking of, how bad was Freire's injury? He walked off, which is a good sign. I don't know if anyone's heard of anything of the press conference after. I didn't watch the press conference after, but yeah, Freire got hurt. Christoph came in for Freire, which you all know that I do not like Christoph. Thank God it was towards the end. It was about the 66th minute or so we didn't have to see too much Christoph. But at least the defensive performance continued when Christoph got on there, and we didn't give up anything too big, you know. But yeah, Freire injury, that's something to monitor, because man, if Freire is hurt, that'll be rough for us. But yeah, I don't know what you two knuckleheads are laughing about over there, but you know, you're on mute. You're not telling me anything.
Oh no, I'm aware that we're on mute. I muted us on purpose.
I was looking at Freire just to see on Twitter, and the weirdest thing popped up. I was like, "Why is this? What pops up?"
I put us on mute for a reason. I was like, no, this is not for the masses.
Good. Jose, they were tickling each other. Yeah, Mario Christoph looks slow. He's been slow since forever. I mean, that's why we were so excited for Freire to be here, because he was going to take his spot. And yeah, Freire is injured. That'll be rough. So it's something to monitor. We'll just keep a lookout on that. You know,
Christoph doesn't look slow. Christoph is slow. Like that's just a fact.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after that, it was the Ruiz and Gressel sub at the 82nd minute. I personally thought that should have happened earlier. Again, like we said, Gressel did one good thing all match, and it was that tackle. Besides that, he's just kind of floating around everywhere. I saw him playing center back at some point, coming back to the midfield. He was kind of all over the place, not doing much, doing a lot but not doing anything. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Do you know who the man of the match was, Chris?
If you tell me Grosso, I'm going to be pissed off.
Do you know who?
Campana?
Nope.
No way. He got in late.
Give me a guess. Give me a guess, Chris.
How is Campana that man of the match? He's the only player who scored.
Okay, well, that would be my fan vote of man of the match. But who, whole game wise? Nope.
Whole game wise?
Not Drake.
I would say one of our defenders.
If pass to one person on our team, then he probably would be.
I would say one of our defenders.
Wow, this is crazy. None of you got it right. That's crazy. No, the person is actually Sergio Busi.
Wait, is this a man of the match, or is this just highest SoFA score rating?
Highest SoFA score rating.
That's not man of the match. I'm sorry.
It's Jose's man of the match.
What's my man of the match?
So this man of
Busi was all over the pitch. He was doing the right plays, constantly getting the right people, the ball, the right spot. Perfectly on their feet, they bounce perfectly so that they can keep running. Did they keep running? No, but they didn't do anything with it. But that has nothing to do with it. He did the right thing. 517 passes tonight. That's stupid.
Jose's man of the match presented by SoFA Score. Perfect.
Correct, Julio. Thank you, Julio. Why are you pooping on me from Orlando? How the hell does that happen? Yeah, 517 passes tonight. Thank you, Cynical Tube.
Okay, no more reading comments.
Yeah. So that Busi played great, man. He played. Funny enough, I saw Grosso playing a lot. Usually, that position that Busi plays, that he drops back to center back, so it's more like a 3 center back show. But Grosso actually did that, and Busi was a little more free in the midfield today, and he made some beautiful assists.
I noticed
passes all night.
I noticed him up in attack, which is very rare. Exactly. He usually plays that free center back who plays center back, but also finds himself in the midfield, but he's never really up front. And today I noticed him up front and making sound passes. And I mean, the two people who I noticed making poor passes more often than not were Rojas tonight and Gressel. And when are we going to be gifted with a day that Gressel doesn't start? I'm okay with him playing, but when is he not going to start?
I thought today would be the day, right?
It has to be soon. It has to be soon because all these international matches are coming up. You got Copa America, you got the Olympics coming up. Who knows who's going to be missing, and we're going to need him to play a lot.
Exactly. He's going to definitely start those.
Exactly. So why are we not sitting him for a little bit? I mean, the guy needs rest.
They figured that the drop-off with him rested and him not rested is so minimal that they might as well just play him. What are you pointing at, Jose?
Julio.
You're pointing at Julio?
The day Gomez and Redondo come back. Yeah, I agrre. The day that Gomez and Redondo come back, they won't need him.
Then they'll bench Busquets and put Gressel in.
David, so you guys know how Jose's always pointing to the side, whoever watches the show often.
It happens here too.
David's getting a live
It's
view
happening right in front of my face. I still don't know what he's pointing at.
But yeah, I mean, but even when Redondo and Gomez come back, I don't know what their status is on the national teams or even in the Olympic under 23 teams, but I would assume they're going to at least play for the Olympics, especially Gomez. But yeah, I mean, we're still going to need Grussel throughout that stretch, and we need to rest him now. We only have a couple more games before all that starts. So I don't know what Tata's plan is with Grussel, to tell you the truth. But we'll see. I mean, the guy's an Iron Man, that's for sure. You got to give him credit where credit's due. Even though he's not playing the greatest, but he's out there, man. He's out there. He plays full matches or almost full matches. I'm talking about Grussel. I could read your lips.
This guy, you know what? Immediately he said, "Who's he talking about now?" And or did I say that? I don't know. But then I said, "I'm just going to change the subject. This is what I do." And then I wrote, "All right, 66% possession by us." By the way, did you know that? Impressive. I didn't feel that at all. Just so you know, the fact that we had 66% possession of the whole. Like, that's crazy. That's something that Shoes always says is like he always, and it's, I'm beginning to believe him already. Like, it's like he's constantly saying, okay, when you have a, yeah, for sure. When we have the ball, we're not being creative, and we're just keeping it in our back line, just passing it around. It's just nothing. We had no positive impact by our midfield for the most of the game. It was just constantly like, back and forth, not doing much. I'm trying to think he has something to it, honestly.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Shoes. When he says that the Excel spreadsheet of this, whenever
the
we have hype, yes.
I mean, sometimes you win with possession and sometimes you don't. I mean, it's in this type of match where it's in 0-0, possession matters. Like, that's the honest truth. In games that you're up 4-0, yeah, possession doesn't matter as much. But yeah, I don't know.
Aria's right, yeah.
They
parked the bus the whole game.
Yeah, everybody was parking the bus, and then Campana says, "I don't even like to ride the bus." Okay, in Ecuador, I have a driver, and I get to where I need to go immediately.
What he's saying there is, if you look at his family, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah, Campana comes from a very well and important family in Ecuador. That's what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, Campana scores, and he takes off his shirt. And you know what? I'm about that. Let's go.
He literally took off his shirt, and the moment he took it off, first of all, we woke up the baby. He was sleeping right there. We were like, wow, and we screamed. The baby woke up. Tragedy. Now you hear him in the background. Now he's ruining the podcast. Poor Jacob. And then all of a sudden, like, we looked at our wives and we're like, okay, but he looks pretty good, right? Like, be honest, it's okay.
My wife, God bless her, she looked at me and I'm like, and she just looked at me and just gave me a look like I'm not saying anything. I'm like, thank you, babe, I love you.
And then he said, if I look like that, I'm not taking my shirt off either. Right? I'm only taking my shirt off. No, you're always gonna take.
Yeah, if I look like that, my shirt would always be off.
Yes.
Why would you wear a shirt?
My wife then said, David, you should put your shirt off. You should put your shirt on. We are in a church. It was
okay.
It was a funny.
That's
whatever.
That's
oh boy. Anyways,
what was said. Chris, take us home.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, I'm taking you guys home. So 93rd minute, Campana scores. We win. We get 3 points. We move on to next week. Cincinnati wins. Let's do a little roundabout of the league tonight. So obviously we know the big one was Cincinnati beat St. Louis, so it was scary at the end. Obviously they started a lot earlier than us, so we saw that result before our match ended, but luckily that didn't happen. We're still number one spot. Let's see who else won today. Nashville, Atlanta tied, so that's good. Charlotte and LA tied. That's very good for us. What else do we got here? Philadelphia won. New York City beat New York Red Bull. That's not good for us. Toronto killed Montreal. Again, they're catching up to us as well. But again, the biggest one was Cincinnati. Thank God they lost. And that's just huge for us. We're still got the 1 point ahead of them. We obviously have one more game above them, so that's gonna come to catch us soon. But we just gotta keep winning, man. Before Copa America comes, we just gotta get these 3 points. 1 point once in a while does it, but we cannot lose. So glad we got the three 3 points. And yeah, I'm the substitute teacher today. I don't know what to tell you. Trying over here. I got two knuckleheads drinking wine together. Jeez. But yeah, you guys got any more last comments?
Did you know that?
before we wrap this thing up?
What's this one? Do this one.
Oh, all right. I have one more. Did you know we XG'd them by 1.06 to 0.77?
How about that?
Random stat, but we XG'd them. I think that's very cool when we XG somebody. They actually had better opportunities than us, and we still beat them.
They did. They had one at the very end that I thought it was over at the
Yeah,
86th minute. I think it was. I was like, oh, we lost.
He came from Kramaski, to be honest.
Yeah, but they had that. What they gave us? What was it? 6 or 7 minutes of stoppage time, and it was 109th minute. I'm like, why is this game still going on? I went to go grab my laptop to get the show started, and then I saw that last possession, and I was like, oh my god, if we freaking blow this game at this point,
It looked bad.
jeez.
And then Campana actually made that great save at that point.
Campana?
No, sorry, not Campana. Drake.
Jesus Christ. We're losing you guys over here.
Julio's not here.
All right, Jose, you got any extra stats for us? You want to call it a night over
No,
here?
I'm done. I have no more.
That was it.
That was
all.
I had 5 top stats.
Jose's whiteboard is finite.
David, I'm giving you the chance to take my spot with any extra things you want to say or add to the show tonight.
Good crowd, despite the elements. We had a good crowd today, so props to La Familia and all the other fans in the stadium. Other than that,
a wet day. It must have been rough for the fans to watch.
but look, this was a day where the team, despite Messi not playing to his best potential and what we're used to, the team still came away with 3 points. So this is what we wanted to see. We want to see a game where Messi wasn't the reason that we won. And of course, like everyone's always going to say the gravitational pull, yeah, I get it. But this is a match that we won where Messi didn't like.
You say Gresso and Messi, and say,
I've said the sentence.
And say Gressy.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
It's the ultimate player. Messi
Without
hybrid
Messi heroics, we were able to pull this one out, and that's a positive. Granted, you really don't want it to be a 100 and what was it? No, 96. Was it 96 minute? 96 minute goal by a substitute player who hasn't had much success all year.
Maybe
you don't want to see that, but I mean, good job for Tata for
maybe revitalizes this guy, man. Campana last year was a guy that we kind of hoped would have scored more often than not.
He's an active goal scorer leader still, right?
Yeah, the fact
he just created distance with Messi. How about that?
How about that? Did you know?
How about that?
That for a stat.
Is he actually the leader?
I don't know.
Okay,
I kind of just threw it out there. I think
he is.
I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna do what I always do. Let's bring up that Henry comments again. It's Cincinnati versus Miami.
I said
this year,
active
right?
leader, Julio Amato. I know Higuain is the team leader, but I said active.
Yeah.
Rewind and look it up.
Yeah. He did.
So Cincinnati versus Miami. Is that what we got this year? Do we have any other teams out there that we think could take over for us? I think it is Cincinnati. If you look at both East and West, it's Cincinnati, Miami.
Columbus West.
Columbus is West, but
how is Columbus West and Cincinnati East?
West?
Cincinnati.
I don't know.
West.
Let me see. I actually have no idea.
I'm a geography expert of this.
Columbus is definitely East, but they're doing very bad. So, they're not the Columbus.
Columbus is doing bad.
Yeah, at least in MLS play, they're doing bad. Yeah.
Did they win it last year?
They won it last year. They're obviously in CONCACAF final right now.
They're doing well in CONCACAF.
You know why they lost? You know why they're no longer good anymore?
They blew their load in CONCACAF.
No,
because we took Gressel.
Their championship link.
But yeah, I agree, Henry. It's Cincinnati and Miami. I don't think there's anyone else right now that's a real threat per se. Real Salt Lake's really nice with Chicho Arango there, but
Cincinnati's the only people that are annoying us as hell to us.
And you know what? They have Yedlin, and they have Yedlin on that team.
Who?
Cincinnati has Yedlin.
That's why they're annoying.
Even though I think he's dinged up right now. So But it's still, you know, he's just gonna, he's gonna have his best match of the year against us. Like you just know that's gonna happen.
Impossible because Robert Taylor's on that side, and there's no way he won't do great.
Can Di Maria join us before we play Cincinnati?
Oh my god, I wish. And not that I don't like Yellen. I always thought Yellen was a positive impact for the team. No.
What?
No. As a person, he's a great person. He's a good, nice person.
I don't know anything about Yellen as the person, but I know that you've always crapped on him on this podcast. What are you talking about?
Well, because I went to that one final match that he was which against Houston Dynamo, and they had this left wing,
the fast guy, the super fast guy.
He blew by him like it just made that such a. It was such a sad game to go watch. It was 3-0. I think I left. And
you left?
Yeah, 3-0. We lost.
So embarrassing.
Yeah, we were losing by 3-0. I was like, all right, I'm out. They're not showing up. And then I leave and they score a goal. I'm like, oh wow. Whatever. It's a crap game. And it was all because of Yellen.
Who do we play next? And when do we play? Let's look ahead.
Let's look ahead. Next we got we got Vancouver. That's rough. That's a super long flight. Yeah, super long flight. 10:30 p.m. Eastern time game.
That's gonna be brutal for us. We have to go live after that.
Yeah, it's next Saturday, guys. That's not good.
We gotta take a nap that day.
Yeah, we'll have a preview out.
Bring this energy that we have tonight for that match.
No, this energy that you guys brought tonight, we can't bring that again.
You don't like this? I thought
that's the end.
This is fun. I had fun.
I had a good time.
I had fun. Guys, let us know in the comments if this was fun for you. If it was not fun for you, then we'll never do this ever again.
Yeah. I'm just next time I'm gonna go to Chris's house and I'm gonna get him drunk.
Unwelcome. Drunk. Nobody's drunk.
Nobody's drunk, but I'm gonna get him drunk.
Jeez.
Look, Julio as a bystander is enjoying this.
There you go.
Suck it, nerd.
That way you don't have to. Oh wow. That's true. So they play at 10:30. When do we go on?
We go on like a midnight.
On a midnight or whatever it is. Yeah, it's rough.
We're gonna have to get a nap before that.
It's okay. We'll suck it up. We'll figure it out.
We'll be here. We'll be there for you guys.
Unless I call in sick, then it's because I'm sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
You never know what happens.
But yeah, so we'll have a preview out. We'll have a preview out later this week, probably Wednesday-ish. For that matchup, Vancouver should be a good one. Is Messi going to play? We don't know. It's turf. It's an 8-hour flight. We'll see. So I think we're good. We're going to leave it at that, right, guys? You guys are done yapping around.
Yapping around. I thought we were having fun tonight. This was a fun night. The teacher was out. The teacher was out, so we decided to play around a little bit, you know.
And not only that, but we won on a last-minute goal. Like,
yeah, that's also the other thing. Like the amount of energy that came into this podcast because of the fact that Campana scored and took his shirt off late.
Like what David and I were talking about before. You know what we're talking about? If it's 0-0, we're not going on this podcast. We're gonna leave Chris on there by himself. It's gonna be way funner than watching him. It was
gonna be a monologue if it was 0-0.
Just Jim Rome. Chris is burning. Jim Rome is burning. Just watch him just go set the world on fire.
Okay, it's better without a moderator. Yeah,
Skyler says it's so much better without a moderator. There it is. That's
you know what it is? Julio's behind the scenes and he's doing a phenomenal job. He can't be on camera today, so I will have to say props to Julio for, even though everything is working against him today, he's still doing a good job, and he's like driving the bus from behind the scenes. And look, and the two of us are here together, and that's a recipe for disaster. So thank you to Julio. Let's throw our hat, or tip our hat to Julio.
This hat.
Tip the hat. Thank you, Julio.
Tipping the hat. No. All
right, guys. Let's call it a night. So thank you
Chris,
all for being with us.
Chris, you coming over?
I'll be right there. Getting in my car now. Get a bottle of wine ready.
Bring your own wine.
All right, thank you all for joining us. The Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. We'll catch you on the next one, Wednesday preview match next Saturday against Vancouver. Have a good night, y'all.